class of 2021 has 62 accepted into colleges and universities around the country. 5 are attending a trade school or apprenticeship. We have 4 students entering the military. We thank you for your service. And 5 are going straight into the world of work. I would like to speak on behalf of this senior class and thank all you teachers, parents, family, and friends here today. We would not be here without your continuous support and encouragement throughout these past 4 years. And to my classmates, it is sad to think we won't be seeing each other every day. Some maybe never again. No longer losing our voices in the student sections, never putting on another Mid-Prairie jersey, and never hearing that bell of relief at the end of the day. But with that being said, I think we can all agree we have been excited for this day to come. I wish you all the best with whatever route you choose to take and can't wait to see what the future holds.
Good afternoon. I am honored to introduce today's Senior Reflections. Emily Swartzendruber will be our first senior speaker this afternoon. Emily is the daughter of Aaron and Jessica Swartzendruber. In the fall, Emily will be attending Kirkwood Community College and then transferring to the University of Iowa, where she will major in biology. Emily's future plans are to attend medical school to become a cardiologist. I am very pleased to introduce to you Emily Swartzendruber.
I've been told over the past few years that I'm a pretty decent writer. Writing has never been something that is difficult for me, until now. It's not so much how I write it, but what to say. I have wanted to give a speech for graduation since I watched the graduation of some of my friends my freshman year. I've been coming up with all kinds of ideas for speeches since then. Then the years went by. Freshman year turned into sophomore year, which blended into junior year, and junior year transformed into the infamous senior year. It came time for me to actually decide what speech I wanted to submit to Mr. Strickland. Suddenly, I was at a loss for words. I could not decide what I wanted to say. The main question that hung in my head is, what do I say to all the people that have been a part of what seems like my entire life? I had idea after idea. I scrapped one after another. I would write out a few paragraphs and do research. I looked up inspirational quotes. I even tried a few ideas that had to do with science and growth, but none seemed to capture all that I wanted to say. I wanted to say something inspirational and empowering, something that people would remember. Finally, one night, I decided that I would talk about the 3 most important things that I learned from my high school career. 3 things that I will carry with me for the rest of my life. The first thing I learned is that life never, ever goes according to plan. I know that we have all probably heard that saying before. I had heard it before coming to high school, but the truth of that saying hit me like a truck in my years at this building. There were a few times that I even felt like I was roadkill to that statement. I am the kind of person that likes having a plan for every part of my life. Every duck and paper must be in a row. I have never not had a plan for something. I walked into high school with this grand plan. I wanted to be valedictorian and do all of these amazing things. I had goals, dreams, and things that I was so certain would happen. Lo and behold, almost all of them did not come true. Instead, I found new passions in life. I met new people, I experienced loss and heartbreak, and most importantly, I experienced the beauty and joy of life. None of my high school career turned out the way I planned it, but what happened instead was even better than my plan, which leads me into the next thing that I've learned. Be present in every moment of life. Live every moment to the fullest, for you have no idea when you will be living a moment that you will reflect on for the rest of your life. This year has truly taught me to always try and live every moment. You have no idea when it could be your last or when it will be a beautiful new beginning. From a worldwide pandemic shutting down the world to being diagnosed with anxiety and clinical depression, I have experienced what a true struggle with living every moment. The pandemic made me realize how much I had taken for granted in my everyday life. And my depression made me appreciate feeling and being present in every moment. It may sound cheesy or cliche, but you truly have no idea when you will be experiencing the last of a certain moment. You also have no idea what a moment will mean to you until it becomes a memory. I have learned to be as present as I can be in every moment, even the moments full of heartbreak and agony, the sad moments that make you cry, and the joyous ones that make you smile. There's something important in every moment of your life. The third and final thing that I will carry with me after graduation is a piece of advice from a staff member here at the high school. I'm not sure if he's here today, but I was having a conversation with Jepson about how excited I was for the upcoming weekend one day, and his response is something that he probably did not expect to resonate with me, but it did. Mr. Jepson told me, "Don't wish all of your time away." It was a comment made in a casual conversation, but it has stuck with me ever since. Don't wish all of your time away. We have always looked forward to what is ahead, which is not a bad thing to do sometimes, but we get so focused on the future that we sometimes forget to enjoy where we are now. And I'm sure we are all guilty of doing that exact same thing from time to time. We have to learn to enjoy the beauty of where we are now. Even on the most average and routine days, there's a bit of beauty in every moment. So don't wish all of your time away. If you're not careful, you'll run out of it. Those are the three main things that I will carry with me after today. There are plenty more things that I have learned throughout my high school career, but if I told you every single lesson I learned, we would be here quite a while. This day has been a long time coming, and yet it almost does not feel real. It is time for us all to move on. A new chapter of our lives is about to begin. Thank you to every single one of you that made my class and I's time here possible, from the staff member, the parents, to the community, and everyone in between. I know I will carry the memories and lessons with me forever. Thank you.
Natalie Miller will give our second senior reflection. Natalie is the daughter of Melissa and Preston Myers and Tim and Jill Miller. Starting this fall, Natalie will be attending Iowa State University. She will be majoring in horticulture and plans to start a greenhouse nursery business in the future. It gives me great pleasure to introduce Natalie Miller.
It's here. It's fine. Okay, disclosure before I continue. I might cry, and I'm sorry, but just gonna give you a heads up. Okay. It's here. It's finally here. That day that we all thought was never going to come because the minutes, hours, days, weeks, and months, and years seemed to drag on forever. But here we are, dressed in our robes, ready to walk up onto the stage, shake some hands, and grab a piece of paper that signifies all of the work that we have done for the past 13 years. It's crazy how all that homework and all those tests and lectures boil down to this. And that through it all, whether it be the loss of a classmate, a friend, or an inland hurricane during a global pandemic, we have continued supporting each other and learning together every day. There have definitely been ups and downs and days that we simply didn't want to come to school. But guess what? We survived. We made it. Regardless of the battles you have fought or the challenges you have had to overcome, you are still here in front of me right now. It may not have been easy, but clearly that didn't stop you. You may have had bad days, but again, you are still here, and personally, I'd say this is a pretty awesome day. We are starting a new chapter in our lives, a chapter that is wide open and full of possibilities. And while we may not always stay in touch or be best friends with the same people, we will always be the Mid-Prairie class of 2021. That is irrefutable. All of us, no matter where life takes us, have the potential to do great things. I know you've probably heard this a million times, that you can do anything if you set your mind to it. But it's true, within reason, of course. No matter what anyone else thinks about you or tells you, you are your own person and you dictate your own life. Just as Dr. Seuss would say, today, you are you. That is truer than true. There is nobody alive that is fewer than you. We are all going to lead such different lives. Some of us are going into the armed forces, some of us to college, and some straight into the workforce. You know what the best part of it is? What you do with your life is nobody else's choice but yours. And maybe not all of us can be valedictorian or salutatorian, but all of us are here and we made it, and that means something. That means that even though you might not have got straight A's or even B's, that you are enough. You are enough and did enough to earn the right to sit in those chairs, wear that cap and gown, and graduate right here, right now, May 30th, 2021. Do not ever let anyone tell you otherwise, because it doesn't matter if you got an A on your chemistry test or a 4 on your AP exam. What matters is that you are here right now. That you are going to walk out of those double doors with your diploma in hand and be able to tell the whole world that you did it. You did. And you have every right to be so proud of what you have done and everything you will do. I am proud of you, and I hope you are too. Thank you.
Our last senior reflection will be delivered by Elizabeth Meter. Elizabeth's parents are Andrew and Christine Meter. Elizabeth's future plans are to enlist in the United States Navy and serve her country as an aviation machinist mate. It is an honor to introduce Elizabeth Meter.
Good afternoon, fellow classmates, teachers, friends, family, the band, and choir. Can I just say, what an auspicious day. There is so much potential right here in this room right now. You know, I'm a proud believer in the fact that everyone has a story, their own unique narrative and set of challenges to overcome with their own specialized ending. Sometimes, the narrative is predictable, like starting off a new year at high school or some other routine. Other times, the narrative is a big old ambiguous fog of confusion. Today, I bet a whole slew of my classmates are thinking ahead to their narrative, and a lot of us are seeing a huge looming cloud of the future. I want everybody just to take a second to think about your future. If you're an adult, think about the future that's next week. If you're a classmate who's graduating, think about the next 2 weeks. What do you see? Who are you? What emotions are you feeling? Who are you with? All of those things can keep me up at night sometimes, and I bet it keeps some of you at night up awake. And I bet some of you just now saw a first day of classes or a smiling family. Some of you saw the stars in the night sky, and some of you saw the bright blue hue of the sky on a cloudless day. We all saw different things, but in a roundabout way, we all saw the future. The future is so tantalizing. What are we supposed to do with it? Almost everything we have learned in high school was for the very success after this day of graduation. But success is different to everyone. To some, it's a multi-billion-dollar corporation that specializes in saving the dolphins. For some, it's the happiness in a family, and for others, it's the little things in life, like sending an email to an employer. Success is such a broad word. I mean, the literal definition of success is the accomplishment of an aim or a purpose. The ambiguity of this word is astronomical. Since we were freshmen, we were told the keys to success. We were taught to work together for the success of our generation and humanity as a whole. And I think that telling someone that they have one set aim or purpose in life, one reason for success, can be a load of malarkey. Telling someone that they only have one thing they can do to be happy in life will hinder their overall well-being, and it would prohibit success directly. Think about it. When we fail at something, do we normally just smile and bounce right back up? No. We get blue, and we feel pretty bad. Purposes are nice and all, don't get me wrong, but if we spend our lives worshiping success, then we will never feel satisfaction. I'm not saying success is bad in any way, shape, or form. Go be successful if you want to, but what is satisfaction? Well, according to the dictionary, satisfaction is the fulfillment of one's wishes, expectations, or needs, and the joy derived from that. Okay, so Why am I bringing this up? Why am I talking about success and satisfaction? Well, contrary to success, satisfaction is guaranteed joy. There is something that is emotionally good that comes out of satisfaction. Setting these two words up next to each other, satisfaction is far more lucrative than success. With satisfaction, there's more an individual can rely on or do. There's just this warm, fuzzy feeling of happiness, of today's a good day. Class of 2021, I want to encourage you as you go through those double doors and as you take your next steps in life, as you start your narrative almost completely over, I want to encourage you to strive for satisfaction over success. Friends, as we sit through the rest of today's ceremony, don't feel anxious or frightened. We have overcome so many obstacles and hardships, and there are more to come. But keep your chins up, for the worst is yet to come, with the best waiting just around the corner. Thank you.
I have the honor and privilege to introduce this year's salutatorian and valedictorian of this year's graduating class. I would ask, as we call the students up to the stage, that you hold your round of applause until they're both up here. We'll start with the salutatorian of the class of 2021. It is Gavin Frost. Gavin's parents are Matt and Sheila Frost. Gavin finished his high school career with a 3.99 grade point average. He will be attending the University of Iowa and majoring in STEM and a minor in theater. Our valedictorian this year of the class of 2021 is Eric Hovde. Eric's parents are Bryn and Rebecca Hovde. Eric graduated high school with a 4.0 GPA, and Eric will be attending Northwestern University and majoring in computer science. Let's give both of these gentlemen a round of applause.
We are here today to honor the Mid-Prairie graduating class of 2021. In order to reach today, the graduates successfully accepted the opportunities and challenges they encountered through their elementary and secondary years, but they did not do it alone. In a few moments, the students will receive their diplomas and then present their parents a flower as a sign of appreciation for their parents' assistance. But there are others to thank. Grandparents connect the past to the future. In subtle and not so subtle ways, the grandparents of these graduates have provided direction and support. At this time, I would like all grandparents of our graduates to please stand and be recognized for the role they play in their grandchildren's lives. Also important are those responsible for the school district's vision and direction. School board members play a critical role in establishing policies that ensure a quality education and success for all. Significant time is spent discussing what is best for our students. Current school board members are Jeremy Google, Denise Chittick, Mary Allred, Gabby Frederick, Jody Meter, Jeremy Pickard, and Mary Ann Slaybaugh. At this time, I am asking for all past and present Mid-Prairie School Board members to please stand so that we may recognize you for your involvement. Bricks and mortars do not define a school. A school takes life when committed staff members strive to create a safe and caring learning environment focused on excellence. All school employees, no matter their job title, play important roles. At Mid-Prairie, we are fortunate to employ extremely dedicated staff members that make sacrifices every day for our students. At this time, I am asking for all current and past Mid-Prairie school employees to please stand so we may honor you for your contributions. I would like to recognize another group. Tomorrow is Memorial Day, a holiday started shortly after the Civil War to honor soldiers that had died in that war. At this time, I am asking all veterans in the audience, those who have served or are currently serving our country, to please stand so that we may recognize you for your service. I would also like to recognize the contributions of the entire Mid-Prairie community. We could not adequately prepare today's students for tomorrow's world in a caring learning environment without the community's support. On behalf of the Mid-Prairie students and staff members, I want to thank all community members for their cooperation and assistance. Graduates, please join me in applauding their efforts. With the graduates' indulgence and patience, I want to take this time to recognize an individual who is leaving us at the end of this school year. Mr. Strickland is returning to his hometown in Indiana to become its new high school principal. I am never going to be able to hear the word grit again without thinking of him. Jay, you have served the students, school district, and the community with distinction. You have been a valuable member of the Mid-Prairie family, and we are going to miss you. It has been a pleasure working with you. Thank you for your service, and we want to wish you the very best as you assume your new responsibility. Author Joshua Marine once wrote, "Challenges are what make life interesting, and overcoming them is what makes life meaningful." Well, seniors, you certainly had a very interesting end to your high school career. But the important thing is, you overcame all the challenges that were put in front of you, especially those this last year, and are sitting here today ready to graduate. I couldn't be more prouder of you. In a year when grit was needed more than ever, I want to compliment you on how you handled everything. While some of us adults were loudly arguing over whether you should be wearing masks or not, you tuned out all the noise, gave maximum effort, and excelled in the classrooms, the athletic fields, courts, wrestling mat, track, and the stage. You proved once again that Mid-Prairie students are a class act and that the Mid-Prairie way is the best way. It has been an honor and a pleasure to serve you as your superintendent. I want to wish each of you much happiness and satisfaction in the years ahead. On behalf of the entire Mid-Prairie community, I want to congratulate you and wish you the best of luck. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. Mid-Prairie class of 2021, as you move on to the next phase of your life, I wanted to share a few thoughts with you. It's been a true honor to serve as your principal the past 4 years. I've enjoyed watching you accomplish many things in the classroom, athletic fields, fine arts, clubs, etc. Your class has left a positive impression on Mid-Prairie High School, and I am grateful to be a small part of your journey. In previous years, I've used this opportunity to encourage students to continue to demonstrate grit or practice mental toughness through the E+R=O philosophy. However, your class has already mastered mental toughness and grit during your 4 years. While there have been many successes, accomplishments, and achievements, you have also been dealt some hardships, none of them harder than losing Blake Hammond, a great friend and a great classmate. I had the privilege of knowing and working with Blake and having a great relationship with Blake. While we didn't always see eye to eye on every issue, I could always count on him to be respectful and for a good laugh. I am sure many of you have great memories of Blake that will always bring a smile to your face. The flowers placed on the front of our stage today are in memory of Blake. They are white roses, which were his favorite flower. In closing, I did want to pass along a little bit of advice for your next step of life. As my 20th year, hard to believe I'm that old, actually, now that I think about it. I'm actually really not that old, but there's 3 simple things that have resonated with me over my years. I try to stay focused on these 3 simple things every day in my own life. The first is chase your passions. Figure out what excites you, figure out what you love, and pour your time and effort into those things. Because in the end, that's what really matters. Number 2, manage your inner circle. Keep a close eye on who you spend your time with, who you surround yourself with, and find people who are going to hold you accountable and support you through the challenges of life. And third, certainly last but not least, continue to practice grit. Embrace the challenges and obstacles that life is going to throw at you and has already thrown at you, and use them to make yourself better, to grow and improve. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce to you the class of 2021. The following graduates have met the requirements for graduation set forth by the Mid-Prairie School Board and the state of Iowa. I recommend them at this time to receive their diplomas. We will start with Mrs. Carlson's seminar, and I would ask as we announce the graduates and their parents that parents and guardians stand up as well so that your graduate can present you with the flower. Mrs. Carlson's seminar can come to the stage now. Joseph William Allred, parents Chad and Mary Allred. Vincent Michael Boland, parents Mike and Kim Boland. Sydney Ray Davis, graduating with honors, parents are Cameron and Dina Davis. Kaysen Joel Dempsey, parents are Jennifer and Eldon Brenneman. Olivia Joan Dua, graduating with highest honors, parents are Jared and Margot Dua. Sadie Mae France, parent is Clara France. Caleb James Garles, parents are Rachel Sen and Brandon Garles. Clark Brink Latcham, graduating with highest honors, parents are Matt and Sarah Latcham. Hannah Anae Miller, graduating with honors, parents are Raylan Miller and the late Brian Miller. Ephrasaniah Russolini Rafe, parents are Gary and Dorothea Kuhneman. Connor Dayton Shalla, parents are Carrie Hunzy and Clint Shalla. Haley Joy Chappelle, parent is Jennifer Chappelle. Aaron Luke Slaubaugh, graduating with highest honors, parents are Carrie Dolash and the late Steve Slaubaugh. Emily Lynn Swartzentruber, graduating with highest honors, parents are Aaron and Jessica Swartzentruber. Logan Jacob Truitt, parents are Robert and Angela Truitt. Layla Nicole Waddell, parents is Jessica Reynolds. Mrs. O'Rourke's seminar can come to the stage. Reagan Kaylee Agson, graduating with honors. Parents are Kimberly and Darcy Brosite. Lucas Aaron Bontrager, graduating with honors. Parents are Levi and Iva Bontrager. Caitlin Jean Bush, graduating with highest honors. Parents are Chris and Denise Bush. Christina Raylyn Gers, parents are Eric and Sarah Brown. Phelan Rose Hostetler, graduating with honors, parents are Keith Hostetler and Michelle Shalla. Eric Lias Hovde, graduating with highest honors, parents are Bren and Rebecca Hovde. Nicholas Edward Coffrin, parent is Danelle Reese. Maya Patricia Luger, graduating with highest honors. Parents are Steve and Molly Luger. Benjamin Ryan Meter, parents are Ryan and Jody Meter. Alexis Deanna Miller, parents are Gary Miller and Mary Lou Bontrager. Colin James Nickel, parents are James and Kendra Nickel. Paige Elizabeth Pfeiffer, graduating with honors. Parents are Phil and Bobby Pfeiffer. Caden Joseph Renier, graduating with honors. Parents are Jody and Jennifer Renier. Levi Adam Schneblin, parents are Lisa and Randy Schneblin. Macy Moore Smith, graduating with honors. Parents are Nathan Smith and Dana Striegel. Ms. Seward's seminar can come to the stage. Yassine F. Ahmed, parents are Rasha Ahmed and Fateh Ahmed. Chelsea Rebecca Craigmile, parents are Doug and Mickey Craigmile. Jessie Marie Donaldson, graduating with honors. Parents are Sue and Brian Donaldson. Timothy Justin Ferrier, parents are Eric and Tanya Ferrier, and Kyle and Aaron Berg. Gavin William Frost, graduating with highest honors. Parents are Matthew and Sheila Frost. Emily Elizabeth Marner, graduating with honors. Parents are John and Burl Marner. Billy Balombe Bele Matiabo, graduating with honors. Parents are Billy and Melanie Matiabo. Dominic Joe McCain, parents are Shannon and Donna McCain. Jenna Nicole Miller, parents are Merv and Wendy Miller. Tobin Joshua Miller, graduating with honors. Parents are Benjamin and Nicole Miller. Elizabeth Janelle Sanson, parents are JR and Melissa Fickwart. Jacob Christopher Swartzendruber, parents are Chris and Steph Swartzendruber. Joshua Samuel Wallington, parents are Sam and Crystal Wallington. Ms. Siren's seminar can come to the stage. Luke William Albright, graduating with highest honors. Parents are Jason and Kendra Albright. Tori Lynn Boyce, parents are Brad and Toby Boyce. Keegan Joshua Allen Brady, parents are Josh Brady and Stephanie Brady. Jackson Hayes Cornwell, parents are Zach Cornwell and Leah Cornwell. Kelby Blake Gingrich, graduating with honors, parents are Merle and Heather Gingrich. Kira Allison Helmuth, graduating with honors, parents are Lauren and Lisa Helmuth. Carson Elizabeth Yaley, graduating with honors. Parents are Brent and Chrissy Yaley. Joshua Michael Leonard, parents are Mike and Jennifer Leonard. Madeline Joyce Linnell, parents are Todd Linnell and Mary Slaba. Sarah Christine Meter, graduating with honors. Parents are Aaron and Alicia Meter. Rhiannon Rose Panknan, parents are Dan Panknan and Helen Panknan. Aiden James Dale Rath, parents are Alan Rath and Amy Hartsock. Colby Elizabeth Rourke, graduating with highest honors. Parents are Rich and Mandy Rourke. Jennifer Sanchez, parents are Maria and Jorge Sanchez. Ethan Russell Sweeting, parents are Jeremy Sweeting and Laura Sweeting. Wyatt Allen Taylor, parents are Rochelle Taylor and Travis Taylor. Caleb Leroy Thomas, parents are Todd and Melissa Thomas. Ethan Charles Trimpe, graduating with highest honors. Parents are Jason and Heather Trimpe. Mr. Surham's seminar can come to the stage. Lucas James Boyce, graduating with honors. Parents are Todd and Angie Boyce. Damian Tashawn Davenport. Parents are Don and Esther Benegar. Madison Avery Edgington, graduating with honors. Parent is Joe Edgington. Zeus Carter Fugit, graduating with honors. Parents are Steve and Wendy Fugit. Keegan Joe Gingrich, parent is Kim Gingrich. Abigail Joy Hicks, parents are Rebecca Hicks and Donald Bell. Michael James Kelly, parents are Liz Kelly and Jason O'Brien and Michael Kelly. Nasia Moon Leeton, parents are Zeph and Sam Leeton. Gibson James Lowenberg, parents are Jay and Christy Lowenberg. Elizabeth Fern Meter, graduating with highest honors. Parents are Andrew and Christine Meter. Natalie Joe Miller, graduating with honors. Parents are Melissa and Preston Myers, and Tim and Jill Miller. Nathan Craig Quimby, graduating with honors. Parents are Lisa and Larry Tabakhorst and Craig Quimby. Nicholas Dwayne Slaybaugh, parents are Murr and Kathy Slaybaugh. Emma Ann Slabaugh, graduating with honors. Parents are Carrie Dolash and the late Steve Slabaugh. Amber Lindsay Swart, graduating with highest honors. Parents are Tammy and Chris Swart. Cooper Ryan Thomas, graduating with honors. Parents are Joe and Kristen Thomas. At this time, I'd like for our graduates to stand and face the crowd, and let's give them a huge round of applause. To conclude our ceremony, I'm going to invite Maya Luger to come up and give some closing remarks.
Gratitude unlocks the fullness of life. My friends, reflecting on our past years of schooling, we have multitudes to be grateful for. High school bears many imperative lessons, those outside of the classroom as equally valuable as those inside. While everyone's journey thus far has been unique, one of the most profound things I have learned about is gratitude. Looking back on the last 4 years, I have a heart full of gratefuls. In moments both big and small, simple and complex, there is always some good waiting to be found. Look for it in the happy times as well as the difficult. This past year has been abundant with uncertainty, and our senior class has been challenged on numerous occasions. However, it is these challenges that make the light of our blessings shine brighter than ever before and make the time we have had here together that much more special. High school is filled with many large stepping stones, but it is the small moments that lie in between that make me smile the most. After a spring full of Zoom classes and online learning at the end of junior year, it dawned on me how much I had taken for granted. A warm conversation with your favorite teacher, the excitement of having class outside when the weather gets nice again, moments of pure laughter with fellow students. The list goes on. These moments of joy are unique for each of us, and that is what makes our school and the time we have gotten to spend here so special. I absolutely could not be more thankful to be a Golden Hawk. My wish for you all is that regardless of your experiences, you look back and find moments of joy and gratitude throughout your high school career, and continue to do so for the rest of your life. Gratefulness allows us to see the best in others, as well as in ourselves. And positivity is power. My friends, days go slow and years go fast, so be rooted in the present. Be where your feet are. Love yourself and love others. Celebrate your wins, both big and small. Put yourself in other people's shoes. Live unapologetically. Believe there is good in the world. Know your worth because you are all worthy of so much. Never be afraid to dream. Take pride in how far you have come and have faith in how far you can go. Have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become. Thank you.